Hello, everyone. This is Tony Geraci, and thank you very much for watching Real Estate Leaders with Tony Geraci. And again, of course, I have my great friend Dave Finale right here with me today. And we've got some great topics for everyone today. Today, we're going to be talking about differentiation. That's a big word and very important. And we're going to show you the power of differentiation and also give you some live examples. Dave's going to help us out and give us some live examples and some tips on how to use video and differentiate yourself. So, Dave, thank you very much again for coming today. And differentiation, what's the number one thing that pops into your head that you would tell someone how to differentiate yourself?
Video.
Video. That's number one thing. That's it.
I mean, if you said one word, I said video. It's plain and simple, man. Here's the thing. To differentiate yourself, what does that mean? Well, by Dave's definition, the art of differentiation in the real estate business is doing what other agents refuse to do, right? It's just like, look, we've got to get noticed. There's so much freaking noise out there in our industry. So much noise that you got to cut through it. And I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it. I'm going to say that 80%, at least 80% of the agents are all interchangeable. There's nothing different about them. And I would even say 90%, and that other 10% being ones that are doing great business, right? But they don't differentiate them, right? So there's so much power to it because you stand out. There's so many different things you can do. I believe that one of the things that I do with agents is through the art of differentiation, we use modern tools with simple systems for success. It's plain and simple, and it's not hard to do. And a lot of things that I call different, some agents will say, well, I knew about that. You can know about everything, but if you're not using it and not doing it, who cares?
You're not telling people that you know it, right?
Right. So, I mean, everybody says, well, I use video. Okay, so you have someone take a video of your listing. Yes, okay, I guess technically you are using video, but so are a lot of people doing that. And you know, there's so many things you can do. I mean, you want to talk about sellers or buyers first? I mean, and investors.
Really, I would say talking about attracting buyers and why they should use you, or what differentiate yourself, or why they should use you to find a house. I think that's the number one thing I hear from agents is that what makes me better, different, and why people would choose me instead of calling the yard sign or calling the number they see on the internet. And so I guess, I think that's most important or first.
So you're talking about the word awareness, making buyers aware of you, right? Exactly. So how do they do that? I mean, it has to do, we're going to go straight to social, right? We're going to go straight to social. What is your presence on social media? What are you doing on social media? Are you posting? Are you saying, well, you know what, my business page sucks because it doesn't get me anywhere, and I don't want to put so much on my personal? Guess what? Facebook has changed. Facebook will continue to evolve. And if, as an agent, if we're not evolving, we're like going backwards. It's like my dad used to say, if you're standing still, you're going in reverse, right?
Exactly. Right.
So here's the thing with buyers. First of all, you need to make them aware that they probably have an interest in buying, right? Even with sellers too. So what you want to do with that is you want to find out who your customer is, okay? So, all right, so what does that mean? So really come close, everybody. So here So here exactly. So here it is, right? So I'm going to cut to the chase. The question is, what kind of car do they drive? Where do they eat? Where do they shop? What kind of clothes do they wear? What do they like? Do they like local sports teams, or are they international sports likers, like they like from Cleveland, like the Dallas Cowboys? Why? I don't know. Anyway, we have that here too. Anyway, right? So, but the question is, what do they like? And I'm going to say that 80% of the time, you're going to want to do business with people that are like you, right?
True.
Think about what you like and who you like to work with. Who are your friends? What do you like about your friends? And that's going to help you tune in and hone in on your niche. So it's the same thing with social media. So as you're posting information about the real estate business and about you, people will take notice. Okay. Next step is you want to be able to post stuff on your business page or a group page where you can't advertise on a group page yet, but on a business page, and amplify your content.
Sure.
You want to spend 30 to 40% of your budget on a regular basis to amplify your content on social media.
Sure.
What content are we talking about? Well, we're talking about relevant content to a buyer, and that's going to make them aware of you.
And you want to work with buyers, and
right, they're going to be aware of you. They're going to be aware that they want to buy a house.
Right.
So when they put those two together, they become home and you aware. And then when they're ready, they're going to reach out to you, or they're going to do more research on you, right? Everybody worries about reviews and getting their customers to review them. And it's very important. They are very important, but they're more important for potential and prospective buyers and sellers to do research on you rather than using them to attract people. So they're great to use on your business page, personal page, not so much. But then that's my opinion, right?
I have a question. What's your feelings on? I get the question a lot from agents and try to help coach them on what to post and not being something for everyone. You know, obviously, every agent has their own personal likes and dislikes and things that they do and all that. Of course, I tell them what not to do. Like, don't post things that half the people out there are going to not like when you talk about different things or posting things. That's business. You attract everybody or as much people as you want. So what are your feelings on what not to post and what things that when you're attracting people, you're attracting more people, not people identical to you?
Okay, so if we're talking just business page, or we're talking
personal page, because I got agents that are scared to. They're like, what should I put on my personal page? Should I put this? Should I take my kids off? Should I put my kids on? Should I have agents that should I show my vacations, because I don't want people thinking I'm taking elaborate vacations and
why not?
that. So what it's always goes both ways. What's your feeling on what to post personally so people can get to know you?
So personally is sometimes a difficult question for me to answer of others. Me personally, it's different depending on where your family is in its evolution. And for me, my girls are in their 20s. One's getting married in a few weeks. Great. So it's a little bit different for me because we're posting stuff when we're together and we're sharing stuff on each other's stuff of what's going on and stuff. So that's a little different. When your kids are younger, I mean, yeah, okay, show them and everything else. It all shows to you. So one thing is never going to change, and that's the three things you have to get for someone to work with you: know, like, and trust you, right? It's always going to be there, those three things: to know, like, and trust, right? So for them to like you and to understand you and to get a feeling for you and get some warm fuzzies, right? Personal, showing family and stuff you do with family is okay. And if you don't want to, that's okay as well. But you want to make sure that you have a personality. Right. And also, this is great for one that considers themselves introverted, where, post some stuff that you're doing. I mean, you know what? If you're walking along a sidewalk and you see a squirrel, take a video of it and talk about, is this squirrel on your property? Squirrels are a good thing to have on your property. That's a real estate post. Right. And why is it attractive? Because it's got an animal in it. When we talk about content, Tony, there's people are misguided because, and they're misguided by themselves because they say, well, what do I post? I don't know what to post. Number one, that is the biggest question that I always get. And number two, I always ask people why they don't do video. Get to that in a second. If people are having trouble figuring out what to post, there's several things you can do. Number one, what was the last question your buyer asked you or your seller asked you? There's a post in there. What was your conversation like yesterday with the buyer you're working for that can't find a house they like? There are 3 topics in there minimum. Okay, so now here's the big one. And everybody who's listening or will listen to this, get a piece of paper and a pencil and write this down. This will blow your freaking mind. There's a website, answerthepublic.com. You go there and you're going to see this older gentleman making faces. There's no volume. There's no audio. Right. and then it says search your question. And I want you to type in home buying. And it's going to populate a whole bunch of questions in a matrix below. And these are the things that people are posting on the internet that they want answers to today.
And what was that website again? So if everybody didn't have a pen ready.
Public.com.
And one more time.
Thepublic.com.
Awesome. Thank you.
There's also another one. What people may have heard, and I'm going to spell it out. They can get you some help too. google.com. Okay, so that's another one. But actually, answerthepublic.com. I was a joke.
Right.
Answerthepublic.com is a great site. And there's different questions. There's comparisons, prepositions. They do it in alphabetical order. But this site, in and of itself, will blow people's minds because you're never gonna have to worry about content ever. And you can write home buying in Ohio.
No, great.
Right.
Wow. That's a great website. I'm checking that out as soon as we're done.
Excuse me?
I'm going to check that out as soon as I'm done. Didn't know that.
It's a Google search for content, right? It's not Google, but you know what I mean.
Right.
But it's an amazing site. It's content. And you can take any one of those questions and do a video on. But let's talk about video for buyers and sellers. May I do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So there's so many easy things that you can do, right? I mean, you can do a PowerPoint on market statistics and not be on camera. You can just voice over it, right?
Right.
There's plenty of free programs out there that you can get where you can do a screencast. Screencast.com is one of them, screencast. I happen to use Movavi, but I bought that software a while ago and it's fine for me. It's perfect for me, right? But Screencast is one. Screencast-O-Matic, actually, right? And you do a PowerPoint on statistics. And basically, if you're going to do a video, Tony, on market statistics, you should have 3 statistics to work on and to talk about. If you're going to do a video that's live, you should have in your head 3 to 4 statistics. And I'm talking about days on market, average listing price, average sale price, median sale price, absorption rate, those kinds of things. And the reason I say 3 to 4, 3 to 5 in your head, because chances are you might, if you're doing it live or you're trying to do a video that's not scripted, you're going to forget 2 of them.
Right.
So you want to talk about 2 different statistics on your video and you just put it out there, right? Understand that there's an advantage to live and direct uploads to social, right?
And I like the one statistic, the absorption rate. So we won't go into detail about that, but anybody watching, if you don't know what that is or haven't used that statistic, get in touch with me. I'll help you with that.
That's right. It's a very important statistic, right? And it's for you to know, to understand. Once you have all the other things, you put absorption rate together with it, it gives you a full understanding of how everything's working in the market. Would you agree with that?
Oh, definitely. It's very important.
So as we move along, Tony, we talk about the market statistics video. It's such a great one that you can do. Now, if you really want to get attention to exposure in your marketplace, maybe your market is, give me a town near you.
Like our main office is in Solon, the east side of Cleveland.
Okay, so in Solon, Ohio, is there a town square or something that everybody there knows?
Great, yeah.
So you go stand in front of that of that landmark, and you set your camera up, and you set it up for live, and you stand there either with a selfie stick or just like this, and you take that live video, and everybody can see where you're standing. You don't want to move around too much, unless you're. I do my morning videos, which are a minute or 2 minutes, and I'm walking because I'm finishing running or finishing working out. But that's for a different purpose, right? So, you do that quick video, and people will stop the scroll because, oh, isn't that Joe's store over there, or isn't that this, or isn't that this? They're going to
that's a great idea.
Scroll, which gets you more importance. So that's really, really simple, right?
Sure.
But people will still say to me, Tony, well, I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I sound.
Yes, get that.
And honestly, truth be told, I don't like the way I look most of the time, right? But this is me, right? And you know, I had someone call me old last week. And it was a compliment in that, you know, this guy happens to be 28 years old. He's a real estate agent, and he's killing it. He'll do 100 to 120 deals this year, and I'm helping him with some stuff. And he goes, Dave, I mean, what impressed me about you was that I see you all the time on social media, and I said to myself, look at this old guy. I gotta
do
it up to be even close to him. Right? So I said, okay, Stephen, I get it. Old, eh? I'll get you. So eventually I will pay him back for that. But like the way you look, look, that's the way you look.
Right. Well, you can't change that. You sell yourself. You're gonna be in front of buyers and sellers. It's you.
Right. Exactly.
And when you're in front of a buyer or seller, you can't rewind and redo what you're talking about. So
I want everybody listening to see this, or anybody that refuses to do video because of the way they look or the way they sound. I want you to think about something. If you're sitting at a desk right now and you're doing your work for the day and you're a real estate agent hoping to be a real estate professional, one thing I want you to think about, if you got a call today from a pre-approved buyer that you knew was pre-approved, and they said, look, I just saw this house. Can we see it in 30 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Just think about what your answer would be. Your answer would be yes, no matter what you look like. And it's okay for you to go out and show a customer, but it's not okay for you to be on video.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So that's my thought process on video, on why you should do it.
And what kind of example? Do you want to go over a live example?
Okay. So there's several things you can do. So let's just talk about responding to a lead. Okay. So responding to a lead. So everybody gets leads, whether they're from social media or from Zillow or whatever internet leads. Would you agree with that, right? So everybody is getting a lead, right?
Right.
So you need, there's no face to it. Sometimes you may not have a phone number. Most of the time you will if you're doing your ads properly and those portals are doing right for you. So basically all you do is you go to your phone and you go into your text and you put in the phone number and you do this. Hey, this is Dave. I just see you clicked on an ad or you clicked on my post. Just wanted to see if I can help you in any way. This is my cell. Please give me a call or respond back. Thanks. So it's a quick response, right?
Right.
And here's the great thing about that, right? So let's talk about how you look. So say you get a lead at like 9 o'clock in the morning and your plan for the day was to cut the grass and, you know, go in later and you're all like filthy and stuff, right? Well, if you put 3 or 4 of those different types of videos already on your phone, all you have to do is just put it on there. It's already done.
Right. You don't have to personalize it, but of course you can personalize it. If you see someone's name, you're like, hey, Dave, I saw, you know, you sent in looked at one of my listings on this website. And that differentiates yourself. How many agents are sending video responses? They're not. And here's the thing. I want also everyone to listen to what I said. I didn't say, hi, can I help you find a house? Or I see you clicked on my listing. What kind of house are you looking for? Notice I didn't say that. I said, please let me know how I can help you. Oh, that's good. I like that.
It's completely different than the typical, you know, stuff we've been saying for years and years and years. You want to make it less assuming. You want to make it
right.
You want to make it
easy. How can I help you to start?
Easy. How can I help you? Right? And you know what? They're probably going to respond. I mean, you have a chance with video to get more of a response. So that's one thing you can do. So now that's for a buyer or seller lead that you get. It's a blind lead, so you've got name, email, and phone number, right? Right. Depending on your system. So I want to give you all a little bit of help with a different spin on going into a listing, right? Okay. So this can be video, but it does not have to be. So you have a listing appointment at 7 o'clock, and you have some people that you work with, maybe a loan officer, maybe a home inspector, maybe some other people that aren't real estate agents. And cumulatively, that's a tough word, they have about, anywhere from 5 to 10,000 friends on Facebook, right? So what I suggest you do is, as you go up to the house, you either do a video or you do a snapshot. You just go up with your phone, you take a picture, but not of the entire house and not where the number of the house is. But you take a picture of what the house could look like. It's a little obscure, but it looks like a house, right? And you post right before, a half hour before you walk in to that listing appointment, new home coming to market in Solon, Ohio, 3-bedroom, soon. Now, you haven't advertised the house. You haven't given a price. All you did was give a 3-bedroom and a town. That's all you gave, right? You did a coming soon post. So you post that. And these people I spoke about, you've already notified them that you have a listing appointment tonight. And if they're, on your team and you work with them regularly, you're going to ask them, please go in and like it, comment on it, and share it.
Oh,
okay.
That's great.
Okay. They're going to do 3 things for you. And when you go into your listing appointment and your presentation, you do your presentation, and hopefully, you're not talking a lot. You're asking a lot of questions, and you're going to get to a marketing part, and all of a sudden you're going to do a stop. And in your presentation, you know what? Excuse me 1 second. You're going to pick up your phone, which is already ready to go on Facebook, and you're going to open up to that post. And by the time you get there, in 30 minutes from the time you walked in, you're going to have 3 likes, 3 shares, at least 3 comments. And you're going to say, Mr. Seller, we're talking about marketing, but do you see this? You recognize that picture? They go, yeah, it's our house. I said, well, if you look at it, it's already got 3 shares. And the 3 people that shared it have a total of about 10,000 friends. So understand, does anyone ever come in here, anyone else that you're going to interview or have interviewed for the honor of listing your home, were they able to get you 10,000 pairs of eyes, possible 10,000 pairs of eyes on something before they even list it?
I like it.
The answer to that question is going to be no, and it should be an aha for them to show that you're different.
Definitely.
It's
great.
It's just one. It's simple, and it takes you 30 seconds to do, and it costs you nothing.
Right. Now the question is, how often? I mean, I know that, but back to like when you were talking about the doing a city like in front of the town square. How often do you think agents should do that without cluttering their social media up?
Great question.
Every day, different town, and someone's
yeah. I mean, if you're working in several different towns, you should do several different towns, once a month per town. But you want to take that, and you really want to take that video, and you can send it via email, right? You can send the link. You upload that to YouTube. Send the link via email.
Right.
To the list, right? So you want to promote. Not only you want to use that as an ad, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
You're going to make it as an ad for the area. One thing to be very, very cautious about with ads is that it's very important to know that you need to have about 30,000 in your audience in order for it to have a good impact, especially when we're talking about this type of ad. This is from experience, guys. This is not conjecture. This is from experience. Right now, I have an ad running. It's been running since July 17th, and today is September 17th of all times. Right?
Right.
I'm averaging 13 leads a week, and it has not stopped. My target is about 34,000, and it encompasses three or four towns in my area, and it's all people with interest in buying a home or selling a home.
And when you're searching on Facebook to boost those, you can pick your price limit, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you have a price limit. I know the price limits are. Does that change per area? I don't even know that. I never even checked to see if never asked this. I
don't think the price limits change. It's just a matter of what kind of impact it's going to have. It's very important on how you choose your audience, and what the competition for your for the information is. In my area, competition is very high, and it's probably the same in you because you're a metro area as well.
Sure. Yeah. No, right? There's a lot of real estate ads from agents and companies on our my Facebook feeds and
right.
Oh, definitely.
And one of the problems is that we tend to think, okay, we got it up, it's done. You've got to really be careful on what you're doing. You kind of have to like do research on how to do it.
Right.
There's a lot of information out there. You can reach out to me if you want. I'd be glad to help you set up an audience.
Sure.
Just no problem. We're glad to do that with any of your people, anybody out there, actually.
Oh, great. No, I can definitely help with that. I've run ads myself, but more for agents, not for buyers and sellers. But I have several agents that have just gone completely to social media advertising to leads and got out of the Zillows and got out of the Realtor.coms and are getting their leads right from just social media.
Exactly. So I want to give you one more example. I've given you two. I've given you two examples for one for video, one for posting for sellers. But I want to help you one for prospecting. Okay. As you know, Tony, a lot of people are going after for sale by owners and are going after expired listings, right?
Right.
So I'm going to use video again, and I'm going to have a list of for sale by owners or a list of expireds in an area, and I'm going to plan to do as many as I can in one day. And I'm going to go stand in front of that house, and I'm going to do a video. I'm going to take the phone number. If there's a sign behind me, I want that sign behind me. Like I've got that there for a reason.
Right.
Board. That's like the for sale sign in the video. So what I'm doing is, and I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to do a video for it right now.
All right. And this is for a for sale by owner.
For sale by owner or an expired.
Okay.
Right? And it's going to be, hey, my name is Dave. I'm with Joe Blow Realty down the street, and I noticed you're trying to sell your home. I just wondered if you're interested in looking at some different ways that we can market your home. As you can see with this video, I'm doing things a little bit differently than probably any other agent has done. I'm sure you're getting a lot of phone calls, right? 201-376-6945. That's my number. Look forward to hearing from you.
That's great.
Hit send. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Make it different.
Is it that big of a deal? No, it's just different. It's what other agents won't do. You're going to need some. Honestly, I do this to show agents. I take agents around every now and then that I'm working with from this area, and I say, go do it. So, well, how am I going to do it? I said, I'll do it then. I said, then when I get it, we're splitting the deal.
Right.
Right? So and that gets them moving pretty fast.
Right.
It's just different. It's just different. And especially if it's an expired listing, hey, maybe you want a different touch the next time you put it on the market.
Oh, definitely. When coaching agents and I explain about expired listings, you have to know their house. You also you have to know the market. You just can't be calling from the other side of town and not know something about the market. You got to show them something. So with your example of actually being in front of the house, like you visited their house. I mean, you're sending that. You see they're expired. You're coming to their market. You're coming to their house, seeing what's going around on their street, what's for sale, what's sold, what's going on. And you're showing them that you're taking an active, before you even get a chance to get your foot in the door, that you're in the area. You're not just doing an easy phone call. There's 20 agents calling, everybody's calling there. And also I throw in if you've been through their house, so if you had a buyer that just didn't like their house or bought a different house, you got to know that you've been in that house and let them know when you're calling an expired doing that video. Hey, I've been in your house. You have a lovely home. I had a buyer just didn't found a different house, but I know I do a great job marketing your home. So that's being different, right? That's what
exactly.
You got.
And the other thing about video too is going live. It scares a lot of people. I talked about it briefly about using that for market statistics. And one of the things a good friend of mine, Trish Lito, says is go live with purpose. Have a purpose for it. Don't go live like, oh, I got an idea. Try to think it through to make sure you know what the beginning, middle, and end is. And here's just a quick tip, right, for everybody. Remember, the things you've got to get across is who am I? What do I do? Why should you listen to me? Who am I? What do I do? Why should you listen to me? That's it.
That's it, right? And live, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's like you put on. It just have to. They're expecting it not to be perfect.
Yeah, and here's the thing. A couple of things. Understand that one of we made a big transition in our lives over the past 10 to 15 years, where we would rather watch reality TV than any other TV. You know, you know, the proof of that is the Kardashians. Proof of that is Housewives of Beverly Hills in New Jersey and all that stuff. Wow. So understand that this is a TV as well, right?
Right.
And people want to see you, and that is real. You are real. People want to see that, right? So just remember, go live with a purpose. Know what you're going to say, plan it out, and know that you're real, and people want reality.
Definitely. No, it's and I have a lot of great agents that are I could see with their comments and their likes and their shares of doing things consistently, doing different things, and it works. And everybody comes back after it. And it takes some time sometimes, but it works. So just get comfortable with it. Exactly. So we hit that 30-minute mark. So thank you very much, David, for all of your insight and information and tips. And then next week, what do we have for next? We have new agent part-time versus full-time, full-time agent schedule and part-time agent schedule. So really going over schedules and what we think you should be doing. What do you feel is going to be a day-to-day schedule, or, you know, because I do get that a lot from new agents. What should I be doing every day? What should I be putting in my schedule every day? And I hate always saying prospect and being so general. Are we going to get specific next week?
We're going to get specific. We're going to get specific on a couple of things. First, we're going to come out with something general where we're going to talk about what a general schedule looks like on a weekly basis, and we're going to break it down to the day. And we're actually going to simplify it a lot.
Great.
And we're going to and the key words are time blocking.
Time blocking. Everybody has heard it, but no one does it as a complete day of time blocking. But it's awesome when you do. I try to do it every day. I have my schedules every day, and it's so freeing. And I'm very excited and interested to hear your views on that for next week. So
if you do it right, you have time left over in that block, and it's like, wow, you feel great, full accomplishment. We'll talk about
that. Check the boxes off. It's like if you're OCD and you like the organization, nothing like getting time block in your day and getting everything done. Right. That's a great day.
We'll do that next week. Absolutely.
Well, everybody, thank you very much for watching today, watching this video, and we'll see you next week. David, thank you very much for your time. We will see you next week too.
Yep. Yes, you will.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.